What is up, you guys? So, without further ado, let's get started with this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Comment down below what you all think about this. So, in this video, we're going to go ahead and cover this new thing that's going on. So, Encinitas e-bike safety campaign. We're going to go over roundabouts and much, much more. Because there's so much more that I want to get into. So, let's get started. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. So, North Coast currents. So, as of Saturday, August 5th, but this was posted August 4th. This was posted yesterday. So, Encinitas e-bike safety campaign includes classes, signage, North Coast current. August 4th, 2023. The city of Encinitas has launched an e-bike safety campaign following the implementation of an updated bicycle ordinance that took effect Wednesday, July 28th. Now, before we continue reading, we're going to go ahead and read what this says right here. Now, as you guys can see, which we'll zoom in on here. So it says here, I like what these signs say. Let's read it together, shall we? So it says here on these lovely, you have 4 different signs you can choose from to put on your front lawn. It says here, get there safe, always obey traffic laws, ride safe, drive safe. The yellow and gray one says, be seen, be safe, always obey traffic laws. The purple one says, drive alert, always obey traffic laws. And then the red and orange one says ride responsibly, always obey traffic laws. So they all say always obey traffic laws. So one thing that I really appreciate when it comes to, there's the electronic signs that we see all over Carlsbad now that really stemmed from, which is you're gonna hear it, which is part of this email or part of this article. There was one 35-year-old woman who, Christine Embry, who passed away. She was hit and killed by a driver. I forget where in Carlsbad, but it was here in Carlsbad. And then a 15-year-old, Braxton, who was hit and killed in Encinitas. And so it really stems from those two, that 15-year-old and that 35-year-old who got hit and killed while riding their e-bikes from crazy drivers. And quite honestly, unfortunately, those 2 deaths are the reason why we have to have these electronic signs. Why here in Carlsbad we have those blue signs we get to put on our lawns. So I have 4 of them actually. And those electronic signs that we see all over the place. And one sign that I freaking am obsessed with is when we go to the beach, I love looking at the electronic sign and what it says. It says, the hotel that's right on the beach now, that one right there, where you enter in on the Coast Highway right there. And so it says phones down, eyes up. I love that it says that, because that's a really dangerous place. And so yeah, I mean, there's gonna be electronic signage with e-bikes being involved, and now these lovely signs that y'all that live in Encinitas can go pick up and put on your front lawns. It's Carlsbad, Encinitas. We're being hit with having to do all these things. Have our council, Encinitas and Carlsbad, spend our tax money on all these lawn signs and on these those electronic message signs that we see that are there And they're there 24/7, as well as our signs on our lawns. And so, but I don't mind at all our tax dollars being spent on that. Quite honestly, it's the best thing we can do right now. And then when we talk about roundabouts, we're going to talk about the fact that, you know, you need, for those of you, especially that live in that area of Carlsbad, you need to be in full support. Sorry, but you do, because of the roundabouts. Because by mid to late 2025 is when the project is going to get started of building, the project being started of those two roundabouts there in Carlsbad. And then by mid to late 2026 is when it'll be all finished. And, we'll be able to, drive through it, ride our bikes through it, ride our scooters through it, walk through it, things like that. So, and it's much safer. So let's go to continue reading this article. Again, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get to 2,000 subscribers soon, and let's continue reading. So let's go ahead and read this here. It says, the city of Encinitas is publicizing its e-bike state of emergency and new ordinance through signs that residents can pick up and place on their lawns. So it says here, the ordinance, which was approved by the city council a month earlier, is in addition to declarations of states of emergency in North County cities following community and regional concerns over e-bike safety. Two residents over the past year underscored those concerns. The June death of 15-year-old Brody Braxton Champlain Kingman in Encinitas, and the August 2022 death of 35-year-old Christine Hawk Embry in Carlsbad. And let me remind you guys, reminding you guys, Christine Hawk Embry is the wife, now late wife, of a Carlsbad firefighter. So let me remind you of that. And then also with Braxton, 15 years old. 15 years old. 35 years old. Encinitas updated ordinances make it illegal for a person to ride a bicycle in a way that's not designed for passenger use. According to city announcement, San Diego County Sheriff's deputies may waive penalties for first-time violators if they complete an approved safety course. The health and safety of our residents is always the city's number one concern, Mayor Tony Kranz said in a city announcement. With the local emergency declaration, we are redoubling our efforts to lower the number of reported bicycle collisions while we continue to educate the public on proper bicycling safety protocols and safe driving habits. Safety courses are currently being offered by the city in partnership with the San Diego County Bicycle Coalition. The courses cover rules of the road and essential bike riding skills with a trained bike instructor. While there is a waitlist available for an August 19th class, there are 5 additional classes scheduled between September and November, according to the city. Class dates and registration links are below. So all these dates are here, which I'll read to you guys. Registration starts August 14th for classes in September through November. So here are the dates, which at some point I will link this in my description down below. August 19th, September 16th, September 23rd, October 21st, October 28th, and November 18th. The city is also publicizing its state of emergency and new ordinance through signs that residents can pick up and place on their lawns. Signs come in 4 designs, and they're available on first come, first serve basis, Monday, Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., and alternate Fridays 8 a.m. between 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the locations below. And here are the locations down below where you can go pick them up. Encinitas City Hall, which I think you all know where that's located at. Encinitas City Hall, 505 South Vulcan Avenue. Or you can go pick your signs up over at Public Works Department at 160 Calle Magdalena. The signs can also be picked up at the Encinitas Community Center at 1140 Oak Crest Park Drive, Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. So, yeah. Drivers will also notice electronic message boards reminding commuters of the importance of bicycle safety. More information about the Encinitas e-bike ordinance can be found at the city's electric bikes, webpage. So next, we're going to go over the roundabouts. Okay. So the reason why I wanted to go over this, because next year, 2024, none other than Mona Gatkin is going to be running for City Council District 2. So if you live in District 2, please vote for her. I think we all knew from the beginning that Carolyn Luna, as much as we like her sometimes, this whole confusion with how she was talking about the roundabout situation was very confusing, to say the least. And I hate to say it, but I think she was just going to be a temporary council member and just sit in for Keith Blackburn, because now until we get till the next election. So, so because now that we have Keith Blackburn as our mayor, Keith Blackburn stepping away from the District 2 seat to the mayor seats. So he went from the end of the table to now the middle of the table because he's the mayor. Nobody really voted for Carolyn Luna. She was just hey, let's bring her in, have her to sit in the District 2, lives there, District 2 area. Let's just bring her in, have her be city council. She wasn't voted in, she was brought in basically to sit in till they get someone elected. So please, if you live in District 2, please, if you live in District 2 here at Carlsbad, please vote for Mona Gatkin. Please. Because after her speech about the roundabouts, I am in awe, because please vote for Mona Gatkin if you live in that district. So let's talk more about it, shall we? So I thought, let's talk more about this, and let's see, what does this website say here? So Carlsbad Chamber of Commerce. So it says here, the city of Carlsbad has begun construction of a new traffic roundabout at the intersection of Carlsbad Boulevard and State Street, making it the first roundabout on the historic coastal highway in North San Diego County. Was this? Because that was the State Street. That is the first one, right? Yeah. Construction of the roundabout will enhance entryway into the historic Carlsbad Village by allowing vehicles to make turns that are not possible under the intersection's current Y-shaped configuration. Vehicles traveling north on Carlsbad Boulevard cannot currently turn right onto State Street, and vehicles traveling north on State Street cannot turn south onto Carlsbad Boulevard. After the roundabout is completed, vehicles will be able to turn in any direction between State Street and Carlsbad Boulevard. The construction project began January 6th and should be completed in this spring. Construction manager John Mashoff said that the city does not expect to close Carlsbad Boulevard during the 4-month project. Sorry. But work crews will occasionally reduce travel to one lane, with flag crews controlling the lanes. State Street will be closed intermittently during the construction. Motorists detoured to Grand Avenue. So I'm going to look this up real quick. So I'm wondering if this, because this is talking about State Street here. So what is this? Calls it Boulevard. Let's see, Carlsbad Boulevard and State Street, right? So currently, so I'm gonna show you guys. Put my mic down quick and show you guys. So this has been in there for a long time. So you see how that right there goes into Oceanside, and see how that car is waiting. That guy's waiting to go, and then you got all these cars going back to Carlsbad. Then you got that white Kia Soul right there going back to Carlsbad. And then that's what we've had that for a long time. So I think this is just an old article, guys. So let's look over here. So right here, you guys can see this right here. So MTJ roundabout engineering. So traffic and transportation engineering for modern roundabouts. So let's read this, shall we? Carlsbad Boulevard and Cannon Road. So yeah, Cannon Road is another spot. So let's go ahead and look that up as well. So Carlsbad Boulevard and Cannon. Oops. And Cannon Road. So Cannon Road is right here. So as you guys can see here on Cannon, you got on one side, you got that park over there, right? So you got that park. And then if you go over here, you got houses right there. And then if you keep going, you will end up going on the freeway. And then, so yeah, this would be perfect to have a roundabout. So this will be perfect to have a roundabout. So that's going to be perfect. So let's continue reading. So Carlsbad Boulevard and Cannon Road overview. And plus, like with the park being there, come on. It's not much of a park, but you know, I rarely am ever at that park. However, having a roundabout there would be perfect. You got that park, you got houses, more houses, you got, and then you got the beach right there, and then houses, and then you got houses, and you got the park. So right there would be perfect, especially with a park being right there. Perfect, right? So it'd be perfect to have a roundabout right there because you got a park. And so, yeah. And you got a bunch of houses around there too. So more perfect, right? To keep everybody who live in those houses safe. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Let's read this article. Let's read it. Okay, let's read it. Okay, so overview. A request by the city of Carlsbad, MTJ provided a peer review of the proposed roundabout application. This peer review was aimed at determining feasibility of a roundabout at this location. Carlsbad Boulevard is a 4 to 5 lane roadway, and it was determined that a solution focused on a road diet would improve safety and operation for all modes of transit, Key to this road diet would for vehicular operations, it is utilization of roundabouts at the intersections along this corridor. Summary: MTJ provided roundabout application services to determine feasibility and included operational analysis and concept horizontal for this highly constrained and challenging intersection. The MTJ optimized roundabout was designed to meet operational objectives and minimize adverse impacts to surrounding properties, which would be, the all those houses, that park, basically, right, and the beach, but mainly all those houses in that park and are the main priority because there's like that park and then you got a bunch of houses all around it. So that's why we want to add a roundabout right there, right on Cannon. So because we got like houses and we got the beach and we got, well, mainly the houses, all those houses surrounding there, and then also the park over there. So did I read this part? Let's just reread this. So I forgot where I left off. Summary. I'm gonna reread it for you because I forgot where I left off. Summary: MTJ provided roundabout application services to determine feasibility. This included operational analysis and concept horizontal for this highly constrained and challenging intersection. The MTJ optimized roundabout was designed to meet operational objectives and minimize adverse impacts surrounding properties. The MTJ design provides optimal safety for all modes and adheres to the complete streets design principles. Additionally, the MTJ design includes innovative features that provide adequate vehicular operational performance to include yield, right turn lane, and flared entry approach. Highlights: highly constrained, accommodates peak tourist traffic, and compact urban design features. So basically, because, and I think also one of the biggest reasons of why we want to add the roundabout over on Tamarack and also at Cannon is simply because in the summer specifically, and especially in the summertime, like all of July, all of August, we have nothing but tourists that mainly go to, they come here to Point City of Carlsbad, but mainly you're going to see tourists over in the village area, which involves Cannon and Tamarack. You're going to see a whole bunch of tourists. And so we need to improve their safety as well when they're down here, for the summer. So, for their safety as well, right? Not just for those that live here, right? For those that come here for, our beaches, our beautiful beaches in the village, Carlsbad Village, especially where Cannon and Tamarack are just highly populated with tourists in the summertime. And it's that we need to protect their safety as well. So let's read Fox 5's article. I don't think I read this article to you guys yet. So traffic. Carlsbad's Boulevard could see reduced lanes, roundabouts. Carlsbad, California, the popular Highway 101 Carlsbad could soon see major changes as the city moves forward with possible plans to reduce lanes and install roundabouts. Sorry. The city of Carlsbad wants drivers to slow down, and it is concerned about the possibility of Highway 101 ending up in the ocean. I have no idea what does that even mean? End up in the ocean? Anyway, you can definitely see much of the cliff erosion that's here when we basically had to block it off to maintain that, said City of Carlsbad Community Relations Manager Nikki Matosian. Crumbling cliffs and high speeds are prompting the City of Carlsbad to plan changes to the busy Carlsbad Boulevard. And yes, cars drive through that part of Carlsbad so much, like, and like so fast. We're basically studying and showing how we can move our roadway away from hazards from cliffs, erosions, sea level rise, Matosian said. The city is looking to reduce lanes down to 2 and put in roundabouts from Manzano Drive to Island Way. Let's look that up real quick. I want to see exactly where that is. So Manzano and Island Way. Manzano Drive. Did I spell island right? I don't think so. Island, I-S. Okay, where is Manzano Drive and Island Way at? I don't even know where that is, guys. Some say that they make traffic worse, especially during busy summer season, see? Because in the summertime, we have so many tourists coming down here. So yeah, we'll look that up later. I think I typed Manzano in wrong. Anyways, we'll do it later. There's some reasoning behind that, but it is also very busy. Tourism, see? So you get a lot of times where it's just really, really slow. So I don't know what the happy medium is. Pedestrian Michael Kamaski said, the city says roundabouts can slow the high speeds on Carlsbad Boulevard and reduce traffic accidents. A biker was killed in a crash near Pelham Airport Road just 10 months ago. I think that's a great idea that would reduce speed of the traffic. Driver Amada Srivastava said, right now there's too much traffic going at very high speeds. There's bicyclists also sharing lanes. In a 2017 assessment of sea level rise vulnerability, researchers found South Carlsbad Boulevard as high risk. I think that's why it's so important to start planning now for the future to make sure that we have a roadway to enjoy for years and decades to come, Matosian said. The two city commissions already voted in favor of the plan. It will now go before the city council for a vote on June 20th, but it is expected to take years before construction begins. So that is the whole article, guys. So we'll look at the Manzano Way later, or drive later. So let's see. Carlsbad Village Association. Okay, let's read this, shall we? Let's go ahead and read this. So from Carlsbad Village Association, experience the village. The village and barrio are are Carlsbad's first neighborhoods, and both have undergoing revitalization projects recently. With more planned in the future, the master plan will seek to create a vibrant, pedestrian-friendly downtown center and rejuvenated barrio. Read the latest update about the schedule. So we'll click on that when we're done reading the article. So right here with these articles as well, it says learn more about the plan, draft plan, project schedule, review and comment, public input, project map, commonly asked questions, parking study and management plan, and Carlsbad Village double track project. So these are also links as well. But we are going to click on this link that'll read the latest update when we're done reading the article. So let's go ahead and continue. The master plan includes conceptual ideas, meaning further consideration development will be needed before they could be implemented. Among the concepts included in the plan are new access opportunities sorry, that could result from putting the coastal railroad tracks through the village and barrio underground in a trench. If that occurs, the master plan envisions streets that presently dead end on both sides of the railroad could be connected over the tracks. The tracks currently are at State Street level, and there are no crossings between Carlsbad Village Drive and Tamarack Avenue. The San Diego Association of Governments is adding a second parallel track along the coast and has agreed to study the option of trenching the tracks below the ground level at the city of Carlsbad's request. Other ideas for the village include make Grant Avenue and more pedestrian friendly by creating a promenade. Interesting. Make Grant Avenue more pedestrian friendly by creating promenade. I already read that. Sorry, guys. That's my God, it's you know, allergy season, guys. I'm not sick or anything. It's just allergy season. Great public plazas and sidewalks west of Carlsbad Boulevard, benefiting drivers, bicyclists, and pedestrians. Tunnel beneath Interstate 5 to connect Grand Avenue to the east side of the freeway. See if I don't think any of you would be looking this up, right? So I put the hard work and clicking on things and doing some research, you know. So I clicked on Carlsbad, typed in Carlsbad roundabouts. This popped up talking about other things. Still gonna read about it. So I click on that other article after we read this. And did I read this already? Improve streets and sidewalks west of Carlsbad Boulevard, benefiting drivers, bicyclists, and pedestrians. Tunnel beneath Interstate 5 to connect Grand Avenue to the east side of the freeway. Ideas for the barrio include along the streets and trees and pedestrian scale lighting, construct a roundabout at Tamarack Avenue and Jefferson Street to create a gateway to the barrio and the beach. Ensure new development plan to rejuvenate the barrio. So it includes development standards and design guidelines to help meet that goal. According to Scott Donnell, a city planner who is managing the project, the city decided to combine the village and barrio under one master plan to ensure connectivity between the two areas. The plan also focuses on alternatives to traveling by car, such as walking, biking. The city already has emphasized making the village and barrio more pedestrian and bicycle friendly by placing more than 100 bike racks and corrals in both neighborhoods. By making it easier and safer for pedestrians to cross Carlsbad Boulevard and Grand Avenue. The plan also includes ways to increase parking in the village and barrio and ideas for emerging transportation choices such as shuttle systems and ride sharing. The village and barrio master plan update and replace the Carlsbad Village Master Plan Design Manual, which was adopted in 1996 and has been revised periodically since. The draft master plan is available on the city website, which you can go and click on this. Copies are available for review at the city libraries, and city clerk office. So I will look up, calls it Boulevard Grand Avenue, and Grand Avenue, and I'll look all this up in another video. So let's go ahead and click on this. Okay, I don't know why. Yeah, it's like you can't click on these links. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at something else here. So this was in 2017. So Active Towns Profiles by John Zimmerman, 2017. Cars Roundabout at BV Lagoon. This is a short direct upload of our activity assessed profile video for the Carlsbad, California roundabout at the Buena Vista Lagoon, just south of Oceanside. So let's go and watch the video. Oh, so this is the one that we have now. So yeah, this is the one that we have. Sorry. This is the one that we have now over at State Street. Yeah. Person's jogging. That person's biking. Usually safely sharing the road. The person on the bike with the surfboard, navigating the roundabout perfectly fine. That's for bikes and scooters. Same thing when you're coming from most side, back Carlsbad. So I'm glad that this video popped up. So this roundabout, yes. Active Towns Profiles by John Zimmerman is 100% right. So whoever made this video back in 2017 and then posted on here on their page saying at the end of their video saying this is a beautifully designed roundabout is absolutely true. I am so happy. I've been through this roundabout like so many times, on the 101 bus, in family and friends vehicles. I've never been a pedestrian, so to speak, like on a scooter or bike or anything like that. But I have been on the 101 bus, and I've been in family and friends vehicles going through this intersection, going through this roundabout. So this roundabout, it is smooth. And so as you guys saw through this video of theirs, how you saw that the bicyclists, all those bicyclists were riding in like behind those cars. And then when they got out of the roundabout, they merged back into the bike lane. So going both directions. So the person on the surfboard coming from, it looks like from Carlsbad, I think, going into Oceanside, and I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, this is a very beautifully designed roundabout, and quite honestly, I am so happy that we're getting to more coming in as of mid to late 2025, and it'll be completed by mid to late 2026. I am super hyped for this to get started. I cannot wait for mid to late 2025 to roll around and it is gotten started because this is going to be awesome. And, it's going to make our city much safer. And also, this is, it's going to make everything, much, much safer. And then let's talk about the speed tables here. Let's just read this again, guys, because this is also important. This also goes into the topic of this video. E-bike safety, roundabout, things like that. So this anonymous person, we're just going to reread every single comment as well and reply as well, person's name as well. So this anonymous participant writes, "Yay, speed humps on Tamarack." Nah, it's ridiculous. There's 37 comments on here. So Kim Trujillo says, "I haven't gone over them yet. They aren't speed bumps. The traffic division told me the fire department only would not approve the speed bumps. Bumps only these speed tables. I think that's what they're called. Do they work? I hope they will slow down will slow the traffic down." Vicky Sayage, oh my god, I love her. She's amazing. All of those Democrats love Vicky Sayage. She's like really cool, really really cool person. She writes, "Lucadia put speed tables in on the Coast Highway about 4 to 5 years ago between Encinitas Boulevard to the south and La Costa Avenue to the north," which we will look that up right now. They work really well if you go over them at 35 miles per hour or less, no issue. Any faster, and oh boy, you feel it. I hope that's what they install on Tamarack. Kim Tree writes to Vicky saying, "Yes, they're speed tables." So let's go ahead and look up here real quick. So Encinitas Boulevard. Encinitas Boulevard and we'll look at La Costa Avenue. Costa Avenue. This one right here. See this? Is it right here? I don't know. I can't. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, let's look it up on Google. Let's go to Google real quick here and see if we can find anything. So Encinitas Boulevard and La Costa Avenue. So they put speed tables in there. Let's type in speed tables. So I don't know. I can't find anything, you guys. I'm having trouble finding it. Anyways, let's continue reading on. Cassandra Tompkins writes to Kim Tree saying, "My bad neck can't take the old-fashioned speed bumps as long as I drive 35 miles per hour or less. Over a speed table, let's drive 30 miles. Let's reread it. My bad neck can't." So Cassandra Tompkins to Kim Tree saying, "My bad neck can't take the old-fashioned speed bumps, but as long as I drive 30 miles per hour or less over a speed table, I'm perfectly fine. I hope these help on Tamarack. Cars fly down that road. Now it is time to do something about Madison, Roosevelt, and the Barrio." Kim Tree here writing to Cassandra saying, "Like the Target parking lot ones at the Oceanside store on El Camino, killer speed bumps. Kurt Watson says, how terrible that cars have to slow down. I'm sorry you are facing so much oppression. Summer Lawson says, yes. Because Candace Avera Robertson writes, I've lived on Tamarack for 11 years and was hit backing out of my driveway, was clipped crossing the street, and our parked car was rear-ended. Accidents occurred on the regular at our intersections, including a flipped car. The kids could not even go over to the AM/PM because the crosswalk was too dangerous from all of the a-hole drivers. I wish they had installed them where we lived. When we lived there, Pete Bayer writes, I thought Wednesday was supposed to be a hump day. Saferna Kernberger writes, if you're going the speed limit, they won't affect you. If you're mad, you can't speed anymore. I have no sympathy for you. I'm so glad 22 people like that. Marie Cecil Monforte writes, when you have to post this anonymously because you know you're the bad driver. Jenna Borton Gabber writes, I wish they would put one on Monroe Street. Pamela DeVark writes, please put one on Chestnut Avenue from the school down to at least the four-way stop by Holiday Park. Talk about a speedway. Liz Edmondson writes to Pamela saying, totally agree. They need stop signs, especially near Camino going to the schools. Sanja Spano Pratt writes to Pamela saying, totally agree. A driver ran into my house on Chestnut on July 20th. Did tons of damage. I've been begging the city for speed bumps or an all way at Chestnut and Adams. It has become a nightmare. I often can't pull out or in of my house. I'm over it. Slow down, Carlsbad, please. Had someone been walking out of my side porch door, they would have been dead. Sanja also writes, I'm meeting the traffic engineer in person this Friday at 8 a.m., which was yesterday. To show her the issue in person, please come if you can. I'll also be talking at the traffic meeting Monday, August 7th at 4 p.m. All the houses around us have a landscape or mailbox damage from speeding cars down Chestnut. Enough is enough. Cassandra writes to Sandra saying, best of luck. Time for cars to stop cutting through Old Carlsbad to get from one freeway to another. I was hit a few weeks ago on the Tamarack exit by a truck fleeing another accident that he caused. Thankfully, Carlsbad PD arrested him for DUI. Sandra writes, I can't agree with you more. I feel like more all-the-way stop signs on the intersections and these speed bumps or tables will help. I hope that you did not get hurt. I'm so sorry to hear this happened to you. That happened to you. It is scary. I am also losing faith in the Carlsbad Police Department. It does not feel like they're doing much at this point. Day 13, I'm trying to be positive, hoping for a good update today. Hold on. So yeah, this is pretty crazy, right, guys? I mean, this I really hope that the meeting went well yesterday. It's like 7 o'clock tomorrow. Guess what? I get to call the police on him tomorrow. Can't wait. Been wanting to do this for a long time. Damn, calling the police on his car. An officer I spoke to on the phone said that he'll come over and he'll give him a citation and talk to him, saying there's been multiple reports about your car being parked in front of his house for multiple days. So it's been 2 days straight. I can't wait to call the police and have them come over and talk to him and give him a citation and whatnot. Cannot wait. Anyway, let's continue reading. So Pamela writes, Pamela I can't read her last name. So I'm say Pamela Montanez writes to Sandra Spano saying, I live on Magnolia between Highland and Adams. They installed four-way stops at Adams and halfway down between Adams and Highland. Everybody just runs those stop signs during the school year. Everybody uses Magnolia as a cut through to avoid Tamarack. We gave up trying to get enforcement long ago. Maybe you can mention this at the traffic meeting too. Good luck. I hope the city listens to your concerns. Sandra Spano Pratt writes, I'm sorry that this is happening. I will definitely mention enforcement. That is an important part of the stop signs. I'm always for more enforcement. My hope is at least on Chestnut, they will consider an always stop on a hill that picks up speed and then blindly curves. So at least they will have something to enforce. Baby steps. So I would say another baby step. That's a good point. I would say that those e-bike, those like bike, for those signs for Encinitas now, the signs we have here in Carlsbad, and those electronic message boards are going to put up in Encinitas soon. And then the electronic message boards we have now, we've had for a long time now. Seems like, here in Carlsbad, I feel like the electronic message boards and those yard signs for all of us is just baby steps. I would consider, yes, those are baby steps for us. And one thing that I like to mention real quick here is that with the one sign that is over by South Ponto Beach, every time we go down there, I love reading that electronic message board sign. I love what it says. It says, phones down, eyes up, as in eyes on the road. Both hands on your steering wheel and eyes in front of you on the road. So to simplify, they just wrote phones down, eyes up. Because we all have what nowadays? We all have, the majority of us have iPhones, very little have Androids, but nonetheless, we all have cell phones. So it's, phones down, eyes up. So I really love what that says. And then the ones down here says, or some say, slow down, Carlsbad, watch for bicyclists. So it includes me on my e-scooter, So it's baby steps. So those electronic message boards, and then those yard signs, I would say those are considered baby steps. Baby steps. Once you say, I say, right? Baby steps. So let's continue. So Lori Housling Parks writes to Sandra saying, oh my gosh, how terrible. I live on Chestnut and I connected the city a couple of years ago, and the assistant engineer told me that Chestnut doesn't qualify for speed bumps because the speed limit is 35 miles per hour, not 25. So I didn't receive a response when I asked how we can change the speed limit. Maybe things have changed. Something definitely needs to be done. Thanks for taking the initiative. I plan on having the speed limits be changed up here as well. So, yeah, I really do. People are not following it as well. Sandra wrote saying, I'm speaking at the Traffic Commission meeting Monday night, August 7th, 4 p.m. at Council Chambers. We are trying to get together. Neighbors, please DM me if you come, come if you can. I'll let you know what I have learned. I started the fight 10 years ago and dropped it life got busy, but I'm going to stick with it this time. Yes, yes. Thank you for starting that, and thank you for coming back and like continuing this project with talking with the engineers at city council. And I might make it. I'm not sure, but yeah, if I'm not there, good luck, and please update us here on Wake Up Carlsbad on what how it went, because the job. So okay, so we got here Louisa Ray Edmonds writes, "Yay, I'm thrilled that we are finally having these installed." Paula Andrew Miller writes, "I've seen very positive results of speed humps in other cities. I'm a fan." Sam Ward, yes. Um, Sam Ward wrote, "These low speed cushions are a great idea. I hope that we see them on more streets in the village and barrio." Melissa Clark writes, "Wish they put them on Plumtree." Donna Crest writes to Melissa saying, "They are. It was approved." Yes. Okay, so Melissa saying, "You made my day with this guy right here. Like, you made my day." Happy dance. Donna writes to Melissa saying, "It was overwhelmingly approved by residents. Also, the curb extensions to further slow down traffic." Kurt Watson saying, "Coming back to this and laughing, anonymous coward has car brain. Everyone else is tired of reading about pedestrian deaths being a 40-year high. LOL. Furthermore, LMFAO. Streets are for people. Cars are lucky to be legal at this point, considering the cost benefit of them to society." We're going to read over this back and forth with Diana B. and Kurt Watson. Why the name calling? Some people can't walk, bike, or scooter to their destinations. No need to shame them. Your collectivist view of how life should be for the masses is not shared by many others. I think the speed humps on Tamarack are much needed, as Kim Trujillo and many others including parents of kids at the schools in that area have mentioned here many times. Speed bumps on Tamarack and in other areas like the barrio, they are desperately needed and are not the same as abolishing cars. Stop. Some people post anonymously for various reasons. We do keep an eye on it, as if someone is posting all their stuff anonymously, we will remove the post or advise them to post under their name. No need to call them names for posting anonymously. So I'm going to read this back and forth here again. Okay, so sorry if I do that, but I like to read through the entire comments here. Kurt Watson saying, Diane B saying, "Some people can't walk, bike, or scooter to their destinations. No need to shame them. I have reread my comment, and in no way do I see how my comment could be seen as shaming those with limited mobility. Our streets would be a lot more useful for those people. In fact, with disabilities, for those people, in fact, if cars were more limited than they are today. Further, about February 3rd, about 2/3 of people with disabilities can't drive at all." Why did I read that the other day as February 3rd? I'm glad I'm rereading this for you guys. Like, okay, 2/3, that's what you meant. Okay. Okay. Further, 2/3 of people with disabilities can't drive at all. Happy to have a collectivist view of life in the city. In a city, it's only a rational way to see things. Um, Diane B writing saying, I guess you read your comments only what you want to read. Cars are more lucky to be illegal. At this point, it's shaming anyone who needs to rely on a car. Additionally, you attempted to relegate those with disabilities to, oh, they can't drive, so it doesn't matter. No, it's not true. No, not true. If so many with disabilities can't drive, then why are there parking spaces for them? And why are there lots of people who have disabled placards? And what of the people who drive the disabled person's the disabled person places? Because the disabled person isn't the driver. They don't matter, or they should walk, bike, or scooter to their destinations. Are the disabled less deserving than others of the ability to enjoy the area where they live? We don't live in a large city, which is what you seem to be aspiring for Carlsbad to become. Collectivist is a polite term. Others might apply view as a Marxist, and they wouldn't be wrong. Jim Dawson writes, cars are still good, just need to slow down. Walking, bikes, and trains make Carlsbad a great place to live. People speeding through town, not so much. Okay, here we go. Anonymous person who posted is commenting. Wow. Writing, the humps suck. Sorry, but I disagree with most of you. I've driven this road since 1991. However, I felt bad for the homeowners on the street having to pull in and out. Kim Shea writes, anonymous participant, better than none. Okay. And then a peace out sign, peace out emoji. I don't know what that means. Okay, so Melissa Clark writing, anonymous participant. Unfortunately, the stupid sign program was a joke, as one of that has had 2 instances of a driver going so fast to stop before the limit line and nearly cream my dog. It humps over a traffic officer giving out tickets. That it's just not practical. I don't even know what that means, guys. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully y'all have a great rest of your nights, and I can't wait to call the police on I didn't say his name. I caught myself. Pete's friend. Cannot wait to call the police on Pete's buddy. I did not say his name, but I'm not violating any restraining order because I caught myself. Anyways, can't wait to call the cops tomorrow morning. I'm excited. I'm actually really excited to call the police tomorrow morning. Seriously, I am. You know, his car's been parked in front of my property 2 days now, and come on. It's going to be exciting to see him get what he deserves. Anyways, love y'all. See you all in the next few videos. We'll go over and look up those other streets on here so you guys can see it, what it looks like, to get a better view of things. And yeah, so all right, I'll see you all in the next few videos. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. All right. Peace out.